And we are live.
All right, welcome into another edition of Catching Up with Tommy Mack here on 1010XL's podcast platform, 1010XL.com, the 1010XL app. We are live on the 1010XL Jaguar YouTube channel, live on Facebook as well. I'm at my home studio. I don't know why the jersey's reversed because I see it too. I've been trying to fix it. I can't fix it, but we love doing the show from here. And of course, my man Grammage is back at the studio, manning the ship while we're live on YouTube. Brought to you by our friends at Team Tommy Mack, a great group of businesses, man, that just do it right every single time. They're great people. They run a great business, and they're always there for you. Make sure you check out TommyMack.net and see all of them there. You'll also see the latest Catching Up with Tommy Mack and also the latest Riding Shotgun with Tommy Mack, all at TommyMack.net. All right, lots to get into with the Jags. Here we go. Jagging again. Jags jagging. That's the way they do. Can't finish it out. Can't close it out. Mental mistakes, making mistakes. It's just, I don't know how any of the coaches don't have heart attacks, Grammage, because I think I would have a flat-out heart attack when guys continue with whatever week we're in, making the same effing mistakes. It would drive me absolutely crazy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, sir. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a great weekend besides watching our Jaguars lose. Tommy, I think you just answered your own question, though.
Yeah.
When you said, I don't know how the coaches don't have heart attacks, I think that's why the same mistakes happen, because they don't have heart attacks.
Because they don't.
The coaches are all ho-hum. We'll get it cleaned up. We'll get that fixed. Got to watch the tape. Then we'll see what – There's no – I mean, when have you ever seen Doug go up in a press conference or in his radio hit with Bucky Brooks after the game and just like lose it on how upsetting it is?
I know.
It never happens. It never happens at all.
And the adjustments, where are the adjustments? So it's funny. I'm listening to the replay today, right? Yeah. And the girl that was doing a sideline report, she's talking to the head coach of the Jets. And they're talking about, she's like, yeah, cover two. They're going to take some looks at that. They think maybe they could get something going. Guess what they do? They get the Mike linebacker on number 3, and then he's toast. They set him up. And by the way, our linebackers, I don't understand. Listen, all it is counting. You normally have 5 targets, right? 3 to one side, 2 to the other, typically. Sometimes it's a little bit different. Sometimes it's the same. What they're doing to our team is they're sending a guy in motion to make it now 4 strong with the back, the tight end, and the receiver, and they can't count. And all you have to do is recount. That play down the middle, that was not man-to-man. That was cover 2. They've been running that defense all year where Lloyd just takes off and runs. Normally he takes off, I think, and runs and doesn't know what he's doing. But they exploited that. They put Davante Adams on him, made him the inside vertical. Mike linebacker's got to carry him. Savage is sitting there. He's got no threat. No threat, but he doesn't help out the Mike linebacker. For the record, he covered 2. You do have him, but you're supposed to have safety help so that you're in front of that target, so they have to throw it over your head and give your safety a chance to make a play. So I know everyone's like, why would they put him on Davante? In that play, they exploited the cover 2. They knew he would end up on him, and they set him deep, and there was no chance for him to be there. Now, if Savage is in place, Lloyd's not in bad position because he's still there to where the ball has to come up a little bit for the safety. Once again, the safety's out of position. The play at the end, the big play to Davante Adams at the end, it's man-to-man. It's Lloyd's guy. He gets a little rubbed, and I think he forgets what's going on. He doesn't follow Davante, his man. He looks at him and then looks the other way, and Alukins looks lost. They look absolutely lost. And at this time, this juncture in the year, you should never be lost. It doesn't make sense to me. And I think you probably hit it on the head. The culture is, hey, don't worry about it. We don't want to hurt their feelings. We don't want to, let them do backflips when they get a sack, 2 out of 15 games, big whoop-de-doo, a late sack, good effort, don't get me wrong, but don't act like you whooped your guy and just made an incredible sack. I don't know. The whole culture to me is just whacked, and to allow these things to continue to happen week after week after week, I want to fire them all. It just drives me insane. Like, how do you allow this to happen? And Balky, you're no different because you're bringing in those guys. And by the way, the GM just doesn't bring them in and hand them off and say, no, he's managing them. General manager, he does have to go up to them and be like, hey, man, you're not doing the work. Or, hey, man, you gotta play better. You got to do something different. You know what I mean? I mean, so he's to blame too. But this is despicable behavior. They're there. But it's like every other game that we didn't get blown out. What? They were there. They had a chance to win in Cleveland or against Cleveland, against Miami, against some of those early games, a little bit later games. Packers, they had a chance. You know, they had chances, but they blow them because they make mistakes. Even on offense, they run that stupid route. Can you not come up with another route? You know, the fake crosser, he might start on the one side, send one guy deep, and it's just going to always be open. I think they figured that out by now. They're not always open. So just stuff like that, Bramage. I do not know how anybody can keep a sane mind inside that building. It's just ridiculous. Now, great games by
on the Devin Lloyd. On the Devin Lloyd play specifically, the one at the end where Devontae was wide open.
Yeah, it was a crossing route.
I mean, you and I could have caught that pass and gotten 20 yards on it, right?
Nobody's there.
And you saw, to your point, it was obviously man-to-man. And you could tell it was man-to-man because Devontae wasn't the only crosser that was run. Crossing routes, it's very clear. You can clearly see if it's man-to-man or not because the guy's either running with him all the way across the field or he's passing him off in his zone.
Right.
Tyson Campbell, I don't know who I believe it was Garrett Wilson that he was guarding, was on the outside, on the opposite side. Tyson Campbell comes in on a crosser and crosses the face of Devin Lloyd while Devin Lloyd's trying to stay with Devontae Adams.
Right. It was a little rough. It was a rough. Yep.
You could tell though that Devin Lloyd not only did he get rubbed, but I don't know if he thought it was zone and they were passing each other off, but he stops and goes with Garrett Wilson completely.
I know. How many times has he done that this year where it's man and he thinks it's zone? Now, why is that young man so confused? Why is he so confused in coverage? I like Devin Lloyd. I do. I like him as a hitter. I think he's an aggressive guy. He didn't show up a lot yesterday, but, man, he is a liability in coverage. And I don't know how you can keep him out there when that continues to happen. And where's Ventrell Miller? Where's Ventrell Miller? I mean, he's kind of tapered off as of late. I like that kid. I think he could run with Devontae Adams a lot better than that, and he's better in coverage. And I think with Devin, it's not always just physical. It's not being able to figure out what coverage we're in and who you have all throughout the play and every single play. And then, look, where was Josh Hines-Allen yesterday? Did you hear his name much? You heard Trayvon. I mean, Trayvon was all in the backfield a lot. He was trying his ass off, trying to get there. Nobody else really doing anything. I tell you another thing too. Aluakin was lost a couple times too in coverage. Now, is that Ryan Nielsen's defensive scheme? They just lose their mind when these motions happen, and I got to recount all. I don't know. I know if that rumor's true, where sometimes he splits the field vertically and one side zone and one side's man. That makes no sense to me if he's in fact doing that. But regardless, you got to know what you're doing. So we'll go through it. I mean, look, I know there's plenty of good stuff. I'm glad Brent is straight. I mean, look, I know Evan Ingram's our guy, and rightfully so. He's the number one guy. But to not give Strange 3 or 4 catches a game, you're stupid. Like, how dumb can you be? The kid's he breaks tackles. He's tough as nails. He's got great hands. He runs good routes. He's athletic as all get out. But you don't use him. You used him yesterday because you had to. And that to me, again, if Doug's allowed to stay, I'm sorry. The press is gone. Gone. I don't care. And you know what? Take Nielsen gone too. You want to stay here? These are the rules. If you don't want to have this, then fine. You're out too, because I'm sick of this crap. Again, even the play calls, some of those play calls and the same routes. Hey, I love that they force-fed BTJ, man. What have we been talking for weeks? Build the offense around him. He's that good. That's a positive. But overall, here we go again. I don't know why I get so frustrated. I don't know why. It's 14 games. We're 3-11. I know it's not going to end pretty. I know that but it just drives me insane that these guys can't be professionals. How are you not a professional when you're a professional football player as your job? How? It just I don't know. It befuddles me. Now, let me say this, because I should have started off with it. The McManus family had the time of their lives yesterday because Mama McManus, my beautiful bride, was out there with the Roar cheerleaders during Alumni Weekend. What a great weekend. They had a great event at the Terrace Suites. It was so cool. A ton of people, saw a lot of old friends, met a few new ones too. Just a great, great time. Sunday, of course, game day. I was on the field. My wife was on the 25-yard line south, leading them out. So I got to videotape the open, and I was right there hanging out with my old teammate, Jeff Kopp, who's now a police officer. Yes, when he pulls people over, they're like, your real name's Kopp? Get it? But he is. He's a sheriff. He's a good friend of mine. He was out there, and Marty Cawthorne was out there, a good friend of mine who works for him right now and has for a long time. So we were having a good time watching Christina. I had my 3 daughters up in the club watching, cheering her on, and then we all hung out for about half. I left after halftime. I normally like to get home and watch it from home, and then, of course, rewatch it in the morning. But it was a good day. Congrats to all the Roar alumni. You guys look great. You pulled it off, and it's always a festive occasion when anybody gets recognized with the Jaguars organization, for sure. So it was good overall. We'll go through it. I didn't think Mac was that bad, but then he forces a couple things, and you don't need to force. Guys are open. I know. Look, I've never been a QB, and I get you want that glory, right? You want the shot to Devontae Adams for 71 yards and a score. I mean, that's fireworks. Everybody remembers that. It's beautiful. I mean, yeah, we all want that, and you want it too. You want to showcase it. Hey, man, I can do that. I can make that play. But when others are open, you got to take what's open. And Mac was doing a pretty good job with that. The last throw, even though they called it a punt, the first interception. I'm like, I don't know, Grammage. You had Strange underneath late. You could have done something different with it. You didn't have to force that one. But overall, I keep hearing people saying Mac did poorly. I don't think Mac played poorly at all. I thought he played pretty darn good, other than a few throws that I wish he didn't try to make. But he did make some good throws. And overall, he was good. But it's the defense once again. Once again, our defense has let us down in 2024, regardless of how the offense plays.
It was a few throws. There was also a few just bad decisions beyond that too. Like, I'm sure you remember it was in the first half, Tommy, getting close to halftime. Jags get inside the 10-yard line. It's goal to go situation. He's rolling out to his right, and he's trying to find a window to throw it. He ends up not finding anything.
Right.
And instead of throwing it away out of the back of the end zone, he just runs out of bounds, and he loses like 6 or 7 yards.
Right. He did.
What are you doing?
Well, he had another one, too, where he did the whirly bird, thinking that he could buy time. And then he just went down for the sack. You're like, bro, you're outside the pocket.
That one, he got bailed out by the defensive holding call.
There was a holding call. That's right.
But Mac was still being an idiot. It's so weird. Like, Mac will have that's kind of his game. He did that in New England too.
Yeah.
He'll have a drive where he's methodical. He's hitting this receiver and that receiver, and he's going up the field, and he's at the controls, and he's making good throws, and he's accurate, and he'll scramble once or twice. And he's not very fast, but he's weirdly got good feet. He can make people miss.
No, that spin move was incredible. That was.
He was, and then later on when he beat the D end out, but then he'll have a play where he just stops thinking at all.
It's a boneheaded play,
and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And again, he got bailed out on the defensive holding one, but
but we remember that great play to ETN that got called back. That hurt him. Remember that one? They both made great plays on that one, but there was a holding call that brought it back. It was like a 40-yard game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, penalties happen. We had a bunch, we had more than normal, it felt like.
Yeah.
You know?
With Mac, man, I think he's I just think he's a pretty productive backup in the league. I think that's what he is, and it's pretty
He's
clear. And
fine.
I think
Listen,
it's cool for him that he gets to play here in his hometown.
From a physical standpoint, Trevor's a lot better. There's no
doubt.
doubt.
It's not even close. I remember one specific time.
It's not close. But mentally, I think Mac might be a little bit better.
There was one time.
And I think he's more accurate too. His percentages are higher than Trevor's typically, but he doesn't throw the ball down the field as much as Trevor does either. So
it's weird because this was a throw that Trevor struggled with a lot before he was out, and now Mac is struggling with it as well. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just that they're inaccurate or if that they're struggling getting on the same page and timing with the receiver, or what.
You're talking the deep throws?
It's the down, it's the comebacks to the outside shoulder.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they
were.
Parker
Washington's run a couple of them.
Yeah.
BPJ runs them every once in a while.
Yeah, he missed them on that last drive, that third down. He had him. He should have brought the ball down.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
And Trevor would miss them as well when he was still playing. And it's weird, Tommy, because if they're just like a little bit high or a little bit low or a little outside or whatever, then you're like, okay, just miss the throw, like a little bit inaccurate.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's way off, like way over.
Yeah, totally.
Which tells me that that's not a missed throw, that's missed timing.
Or miscommunication.
Correct. That's wherever the receiver is thinking he needs to foot in the ground and turn around to his outside shoulder, and wherever the quarterback thinks he's doing that aren't the same. Right. And it's almost always an overthrow, isn't it?
Yeah. Just wildly thrown. Yeah, look, again, I think that just comes with repetition, more confidence, just more chemistry. I mean, look at the chemistry in the second half between Rodgers and Davante Adams. I mean, hey, Rodgers, I tell you what, man, he slings it. He flicks it. I mean, he is so gifted with that arm. He still can run, although you can tell it hurts when he runs. That one scramble. How do you let Aaron Rodgers scramble for 25 up the middle with an important part of the game on the line? And he threw a fake, down the field, like he can't throw it past the line. What are you being faked out for? But I'm sure I would have been faked out too. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, we'll look at the final team stats. We were, again, really good on third down again on offense, not so good on defense. They threw the ball all over the place. We just need to revamp the defense. We know of, I don't know, out of the starting 11, maybe 6, 5, 4. You'll keep, no, I'm kidding. Probably like 5, maybe 6 that you'll be like, yeah, we got to keep these guys and let them grow. You got a nucleus of guys. You're not getting rid of all your guys, but they definitely got to upgrade. I got to give credit where credit's due, Graham. The past few weeks, Hamilton's been playing at a pretty good level. And I do like him next to Mason Smith when they do that. They did that a couple times on the inside. Lacey, he made a couple, but not much. Ledbetter had the sack and not much after that. I just think they really got to get another piece of beef, grade A beef on that interior of the defensive line. On the offensive side, man, Sheriff's giving it his all, isn't he? Remember the other day or last week or something, I said they showed him on TV coming out of his, the huddle. He just looks like a grizzled bear that's been in so many battles, but he had a spring in his step yesterday, man. He was getting after it. Listen, I don't think there was any quit. I don't think they were soft. I thought they played hard to the end. I just think they keep making these mistakes that kill them. By the way, if you listen to the broadcast, the Jets have been doing the same. No way that team should be 4-10. They've got some talent, man. The New York Jets, especially on defense, especially with Garrett Wilson and now Davante Adams. You know what I mean? I mean, that's some good. And then Breece Hall's a good back. I know he was a little banged up, but, you got a good – they rebuilt the O-line. What did their O-line give up in sacks? 37. We're at 25. We only gave up what did we give up? 2? 1. Yeah, no, they had 2 against us. So we gave up 2 sacks. There was some pressure. Anton had a tough day. That Will McDonald, the fourth, he can rush, man. What a pass rusher he is. Jeez. And what a motor and what a start. You know what's really cool about these defensive ends, Grammage? Like the Max Crosbys of the world like that. You don't have to be this gigantic human being to play that position. You don't have to look like Myles Garrett, who got hurt really weird yesterday. Did you see that? It almost looked like he got poked in the eye, but he started grabbing his head and went off, and it was done for the day. But these guys, if you're tall enough, long enough, and athletic enough, and you got that bend, you can play that defensive end position in the NFL today for sure. There's not a lot of power running at you. You know, where back in the day, if you had a light defensive lineman, a DN, you're running at him with the fullback, tight end to his side, you know, and just pounding because he's not going to be able to hold up. But you let him rush the passer, man. That guy's a good player. He gave Anton a hard time yesterday, and Walker was okay. He had a couple, you know, pressures, got beat a little bit. I'm glad he didn't get too seriously injured. But you know, the running attack was pretty decent yesterday. Should have kept up with it a little bit. But look, at the end of the day, they had every chance to win. They had every chance to beat another team. And look, this whole rhetoric, you know what's coming. Oh, we lost, 7 games by 5 points or less. Nobody gives a you know what, because we watched how you lost. So it doesn't matter if you lost by 5-3, 1-7, 8, whatever. I don't care. The way you lost was the same way every time you lost. Aside from the 3 teams that whooped your butt up and down the field. The Bears, the Bills.
We've talked about this before, Tommy.
Philly.
The NFL is one possession games.
Detroit.
We've talked about this before. The NFL is one possession games.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, you're not special because you've lost these one possession games. That doesn't mean anything. Like, this isn't college where there's blowouts all the time and being close counts for something.
Right.
Like, again, we sound like a broken record, but we've said this so many times on the show. Go watch NFL Red Zone during what they call the witching hour, which is like the end of the game when wins become losses, losses become wins.
Yep.
The last 4 or 5 minutes of a game. Go watch Red Zone when they're whipping around every game. They're all 3-point games, 7-point games.
No,
they're all close
games. That's
games.
how the league's built.
Every NFL weekend with a full Sunday NFL slate, you'll get 1 or 2 blowouts.
Right.
Besides that, every game is going to come down to the last 5-10 minutes.
Kansas City's 12-1. They struggled at Carolina.
They
barely beat Carolina. Carolina is not a good football team overall. It's struggled big time.
The Eagles last week played the Panthers. If Xavier Legette doesn't drop a pass that's going to be a touchdown, the Panthers would have beaten them.
Yeah, right.
And the Eagles are going to be probably the 2 seed in the NFC.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Panthers are going to be picking in the top 5 with the Jags.
Yep, no doubt about it.
But to your point, it's like, look, this is the NFL, man. Everyone's good.
Yeah.
Every last player in the NFL is really good at football.
On paper, the Jets look really good to me.
Really good.
I thought they should not be where they're at. And if I'm Aaron and Devontae, I want to play another year. You know what I mean? Like, they're getting a whole revamp thing. Because they fired everybody, GM and head coach already, so they all know that
new coach getting off season together.
Yep. Yeah, they need it, man. They're too good together. That catch with the toe tap, the drag. He only had it for a very split second with both feet in, but that I like the real time. I'm like, oh man, wait till you see his feet, because you saw like he just kind of like stiff with his feet, like he knew he had to drag him. He knew he was close, and he just dragged him because it's out of habit to drag him. That's a real big-time receiver, man. Focusing on the ball, but knowing enough to just try to drag him, man. It's a natural thing. It's absolutely fantastic. Okay, there you go. Got an interesting guy. I also see Max throwing motion is in a single play. Yeah. Listen, I mean, Trevor's a guy. We know that, and we wish that he gets healthier. And I think Mac's doing a fine job, and Mac's going to have a career in the NFL. And, if he can keep playing, somebody will give him a shot. and that's what he's looking for. So I hope that can happen. Shout out to Cam Little, kicker. Way to go, kicker. 4-4. We needed you. You kept us in the game too many times, especially when Mac took that sack. It was so dumb. But you came through with the field goals, man. So congrats. It was a great job by you. You've had a great year and a great draft pick, right? 6th round. What do you draft the kicker for in the 6th round? Because he's good. Typically. He makes most of his kicks.
He's good. He's consistent. He doesn't have any suspicious activity on planes.
Yeah, exactly. No dancing.
Cam Little's been really good.
Yeah, he's been good. All right, let's go through the play-by-play. We'll rip through it. Each team had 10. The Jets, they just kneeled down. They just kneeled down to I had my wrong game. They just kneeled down to win it at the end. Look, we were hanging in there first half. We had a good first half overall. And there you go, you little sons of guns. Got my song in there. Working on a song, Grammage. It's called Man, What a Life. It's a song about my father. It's going to be really cool. All right, here we go. Jags versus Jets. First quarter, Jags get the first drive. They go down the field. A nice drive. Get a touchdown. Nice mix. Dump off to ETN for 8 yards. ETN off right side. First down. Play action. That was a bad throw. That incomplete by Mac. Quick screen to BTJ for 3. Quick out to BTJ. Takes it outside. That was great. Good blocking. Sheriff was out there. So was Morse. Did a good job. Quick throw to Strange. I love these throws on first down. The quick ones. You're not wasting a chance. You're not risking a deep throw or risking getting sacked. It's almost an extension of your running game. Even if you get 4 or 5 or 7, it's a nice rhythm to get into. And they had it going, at least I thought, for a little while. 2nd and 3, ETN up the middle. Great combo block by Sheriff. I'm telling you, Sheriff came to play yesterday, man. Grizzle, before I slid over to be in front of Christina and watch her perform, I stood in the corner. I saw you in the stands. I heard your voice first. I'm like, I know that voice. And then I saw you, and I didn't want to yell. So I texted you. And then I was standing in all the where the linemen warm up. We got some big boys, man. I tell you what, standing next to me, these are some big dudes. But I thought Sheriff had a pretty good day, a really good day yesterday. I think he's trying to, just ramp it up. It's what leaders should do. All right, Bigsby up the middle for 5. O-line playing physical. 2nd and 5, quick screen, 4 yards. Let's see, 3rd and 1, QB sneak. There was a penalty on Hassan Reddick. He was held in check for the most part yesterday. He had a few rushes, but nothing major. Let's see, ETN right tackle. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Strange was a fullback. I love that. Drop back going open, throws it away, 3rd and go. All day long, Max scrambles, then he's sacked. That's the defensive holding. And then play action toss to Brian Thomas Jr. We've seen that play before, but it works. And when you have a running game going, that's when play action works because you're thinking run, especially down by the goal line, man. And it takes balls to do it. It's risky, right? Because if someone is on their game, is on their keys, they're going to cover the guy that you're supposed to get the ball to. The crosser coming from the other side. But most of the time, we're going forward and thinking you're going to run the football. 7-0 Jags. Unfortunately, Jets drive right back down. Drop back. Rodgers scrambles for 5. No gain for Breece Hall. Good play by Hamilton and Walker. Deep throw down left sideline. Good coverage by Campbell. It was incomplete. Fake punt. I even texted my boy Brant Boyer. Brant and I were teammates for the Jags. He's their special teams coordinator. And I was like, that was a great call. I mean, now you talk about risk. Clearly, they're not worried about the Jags running up the score on them because they're in their own territory. But it was a great play call, and Muma just couldn't get there. Couldn't get there in time. I thought it was a great call by them. They get a big gain. 1st and 10. Braylon Allen for 3 yards. Savage, Lacey, and Ledbetter make the play. 2nd and 7. Throw to Wilson. On a 7 route, that was a long-ass game. Campbell was in coverage, but he had him. And then 1st and 10, Rodgers to Garrett Wilson, wide open. It's that 4 strong again. It confuses everybody. It's crazy. So you don't understand what I'm saying with that, right? You normally have 3 strong, 2 weak. They meant motion one guy over. Now you got 4 strong 1 week, and you got to recount. And they don't, for whatever reason, recount very well, I guess, on this team. 7-7 is tied up. Jags get the ball again, tosses to Bigsby, cuts it up, fumbles. Thank goodness there's a legal use that has to face a penalty. But you got to, man, I know you haven't fumbled a lot this year, but a couple times, got to hold on to that ball, dude. Etienne up the middle, 5 yards, a tough run. Strange in the flat penalty that was holding on Anton. Bigsby left tackle 1 yard. Little got hurt. Van Lanen in. Little did come back, which I was happy for. 3rd and 14. Deep throw to Duvernay. Stupid throw. Stupid. You didn't have to take that shot. He wasn't open like you thought. The safety was sitting over the top, and Strange is open underneath. That was a dumb. That's forcing it. That's trying to play hero ball when you don't need to. Bad decision there, Mac. 1st and 10. Jets get the ball back. Brees Hall, 5-yard gain. Hamilton on the tackle. Deep throw to Devontae over the middle. Just missed that one. The backer seemed lost again, is in my notes. Just missed that one. On the fingertips. Remember that in the first quarter? Rodgers scrambles for first down. Beats Aluakin face mask. There was some pressure by Abdullah. At least he made a couple pressures. Toss the right side, 4 yards. 2nd and 6, play action pass. Pass interference on Aluakin, it was. Play action, late pressure. There was holding by Fashanu, the rookie out of Penn State. I guess he hasn't given up a sack all year. That's a nice pick. He picked right around us, didn't he? Right before us? Fashanu? Yeah, I think right before, kind of. I liked him. Oh, no, he was the first one off the board. Wasn't he? That was a kind of a surprise move. Everyone thought it was going to be Alt. Wasn't it him that jumped up? Anyway, he's rookie out of Penn State. Having a great year. Play action pass incomplete. Pressure by Lacey. Hall run up the middle. Bounces upside. No gain. Savage. Great play. End of first quarter. Quick quarter. Second quarter. Jets still got the ball. Drop back all day long. Jump off the Brees Hall. Jarian Jones misses the tackle. 4th and 4, false start. They get a penalty, though, and now it's 4th and 9, and they punt. Jags get the ball. They go on a long-ass drive and settle for a field goal. That was pretty frustrating. Etienne, right side, no gain. Quick throw to Etienne, 5 yards. Jones scrambles, throws it to Parker on the run. 1st and 10, wide stick to Strange, 5 yards. Etienne, left tackle, 4 yards. Bigsby, right tackle. To Guara at fullback. 1st down, he breaks the tackle for 7 yards. Great job. Jets all-out blitz. Quick dump to Bigsby, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Quick screen to Brian Thomas Jr. for 8. Let's see. Quick trap to Tank for a 1st down. Etienne toss right side, 2 yards. Jones quick throw to BTJ. Penalty holding on Anton. 2nd time, Anton. Not a good day. Trap up the middle. Etienne 3 yards. 3rd and 15. Penalty offsides. That throw to Strange. They took the penalty. He was breaking tackles. That was good. Mac pressured. Little and Ezra were beat. He scrambles. That was a spin move. And by the way, I thought it was pretty funny when he went to block later in the game and the D-back saw him at the last second, went pink, and he sent them flying. Come on, that was pretty damn funny. Mac thinks he's going to come up with blocks, so the defender's like, get out of here, bitch. Knocked him on his ass. I was laughing my ass off. I thought it was pretty good. All right, they continues. Toss to Etienne right side. Good running, man. 9 yards, tough running. Etienne outside, right side for a 1st down. Bigsby at right tackle. He gets nailed for a 1-yard loss. Jones drop back all day long. He scrambles, then gets sacked. He should have thrown it away. I think that's the one you're talking about.
Yep.
Just throw it away. How does he not know that? You're outside the numbers. He did it twice, right? How do you not know? Some guys just throw it under, sideways. Like give it a little shuffle, and it's considered a pass. Anyway, we get the field goal after a dump off to Etienne. It just got us 4 yards. 10-7 Jags. We forced them to punt. There was a penalty. I didn't see the replay on the unnecessary roughness on Wingard. Did you?
I didn't see what actually happened.
They didn't replay it, so I never found out what he did. If any of you out there know, let me know. That'd be great. Hello, Amy. How are you? Good afternoon. Monday. My girls just came back from a walk. I got to get a workout in today. Got to go see my ma, too. I didn't see her all weekend. Okay, let's see. We get the ball back. So good. We're up 10-7. Basically a 3-and-out. I think there was 5 plays. They forced them to punt, 4 plays and a punt. We get the ball back, and we drive down for a field goal, and then it's halftime. Let's see. Quick throw to Brian Thomas Jr. for 7. Quick throw to Strange. First down. Throw to Parker. Sideline. That was a great throw for 9 yards. 2nd and 1. Quick screen pass to ETN for 7. Deep throw down right sideline. There's a penalty on Sauce. It was. He was banging him. Quick out to Strange. Hit hard. Oh, that's when 55 gets into that. What a dummy. That was stupid by him. He tried to steal the ball or knock the ball out of his hands or something. 2nd and 7. Drop back. Anton gets beat again. He got beat earlier in this drive. Max scrambles for a first down. Quick throw to Strange. Tough runner for 8. Get him the ball more. Crying out loud. Mac pressure. He escapes. It was an impressive dump off to Duvernay. 1st and goal. Drop back all day long to throw. Throws it to Strange. Quincy Williams had a nice play on that one. Good play by him. Not many others, but at least he did that. 2nd and goal. He misses Brian Thomas Jr. on the drop back. Little high. He should have had it. Actually, it was a little high. It would have been a fantastic catch. He was way up in the air. It just was on the left sideline of the south end zone. Just fingertip. It should have been better thrown, no doubt. But, man, that would have been a hell of a catch. I don't know if he would have gotten in bounds, so with all that momentum. He was pretty high up there. That guy's a sick athlete, isn't he? How much fun is he? He's like that vroom, 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 car commercial. Just one step and he's gone.
Silky smooth, too.
Oh, silky smooth, but like a rocket ship, man. I mean, when he takes off, woo, you ain't catching him, man. You ain't catching him. All right, let's see. Dumps it, drop back all day. Great play, drop back. Oh, he missed a high throw, and then 3rd and goal right before half. We get a field goal by Little. We're up 13-7. If you're the Jets, you're like, all right, we got to get Devontae involved. I think, let's get him more involved. And if you're the Jags, you're feeling pretty good. 13-7. Didn't play your best. Could have maybe had, a touchdown instead of a field goal, but we'll take the lead going into halftime. Let's see. The Jets get the ball, and they get a field goal. That was a sack by Ledbetter. Nice job. He kind of fell into it, but he kept hustling. He was double teamed at the line, and then saw him scrambling. It's a sack. Great play by Jeremiah Ledbetter. That forced them to a field goal, which was great. PI and Buster Brown. That was. You got to get. I know they're. And Sheriff was saying, he made a joke. He's like, offensive guys are allowed to do that, but you can't hold the inside arm down. You just can't, or the outside arm down. You can't. I know it's easy if you want to, because he can't get his arm up to get the ball. But the minute they see that, it's going to be a flag. He was right there with him. That's another talented guy. Garrett Wilson's very talented, man. He can take off too. But overall, we didn't do a good job against him either. All right, so it's 13-10. We get the ball back. Another field goal drive by us, about a 7-8 drive. Doug Peterson was, or the reporter, the sideline reporter at halftime said, Doug said that was our best first half of football in a long time. So good. Well, you did. I mean, you held Rodgers in check. They didn't really do any damage on offense, right? You held them to 6 points. So, yeah, you should feel pretty good about that. All right, so it's 13-10, and we get the ball back for another field goal. Like I said, there was an all-out blitz at the end there. It was 3rd and 10. Mac misses Brian Thomas Jr. Anton beat again the play before. Little too. Anton, man, I don't know what happened yesterday. Now watch, PFF will be like, oh, I barely got beat. Like bullshit. Go watch the tape, you kidding me? And I like Anton. I'm not bashing the kid, but he did not have a good day yesterday, man. And we needed him to, for sure. Bigsby had a great up-the-run gut. Morse and Sheriff, great blocks. Take up the middle, no gain. Yeah, that was about it. Nothing. That's that. That's what killed him. Okay, 13-10. Jets just get a field goal. It's 2nd and 10. It's the play-action screen to ETN, but he's pressured right away. So it was a good throw to get it off and into ETN's hands. ETN makes a great run, but Brian Thomas Jr. is blocking before the ball is caught. It's just a timing thing, and he can't see his back. He's not going to be like, "Hey, can I block?" No, you know what I mean. He's got to stay focused. But that was really close, kind of tic-tacky, but that is the rule.
Well, Tommy, real quick on that though. I agree with you. It's kind of a timing thing, whatever, and all that. Here's my problem though, and they ended up. You're about to get into it, but I know they made up for it. Obviously, here's my problem. They had the same exact penalty last week.
Same exact what?
Penalty last week.
Oh no! Right.
Brian Thomas Jr. committed the exact same penalty last week, and I don't even know if it's Brian Thomas's fault necessarily. I think it's more of how they're calling the play and the timing and everything, like we said. That is another microcosm of the coaching staff not fixing the problems they have.
Agreed.
Because you have this play. Yep. You have this play set up. A lot of teams have it in their playbook where a receiver is going to kind of conveniently be running somewhere that's going to get in the way of a defender and kind of it's a block, but it's not type of thing. And it's a pick play like most people call it.
Yep.
But that is the rule. Refs are often ticky-tack about that rule and will call that. So if you get called in one game, then that needs to be part of what you do in practice that week is figuring out how we can fix that and make sure that penalty doesn't happen again in this play.
Think about this, though. Instead of trying to block your guy, just run past him. And next time you do a screen like that and he doesn't go with you, you fake the screen and throw it deep. You know what I mean? Because you just want to take the guy out of it. He didn't run a route is basically what happened. He just ran up to the guy and started blocking him. Not in a real forceful kind of way, but just getting in his way, and it looked too obvious. Like you can't make it look obvious. But it is that timing too. So, hopefully with reps he'll get more, but that hurt him. That was a big play by ETN.
And that's where, Tommy, because we've talked so many times on the show about how much of it is the players needing to be professionals and hold themselves accountable versus coaching.
Yeah.
This is where that coaching piece comes into play. Because
for a rookie especially.
And clearly the way that they are designing this play is setting them up for failure to get this penalty.
Yep.
So why is this coaching staff, why is it not a high priority that they do it differently this week? That is a micro. So we see something like that happen, and then we ask ourselves on the other side of the ball why Devin Lloyd never knows what coverage they're in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
I do.
That is indicative of a culture and a coaching staff that doesn't fix their issues and make sure that they don't have the same problem next time.
Well,
that is the reason they're in week 15 making week 1 mistakes.
I agree with that, Grammage, but I'm also going to say that it's also on the GM for not bringing in the right kind of guys that have enough pride to where they don't want to make that mistake again, and they'll make sure that they would never make it again. But they don't. They keep making the same damn mistakes over and over again, the coaches included. But I agree, it's both. But it is both. Those players, come on, man. Come on. And look, it's not rocket science. It's a screen route, BTJ. Make it look like a route. Make it look like you're going to blow past him. He's going to be crapping in his pants because he'll never keep up with you. Guess what? He'll run with you. Who's not going to run with Brian Thomas Jr. unless they read it quick? You know what I mean? But normally they're going to be looking at him. Anyway, so let's see. We got 3 games left? Let's see if he not does that one. And maybe do a different route instead of that one that they always do. I mean, they do the same stuff over and over, whether it works or not. All right, so he did miss BTJ. It would have been a great catch, but not a terrible throw. It could have been a little bit down. Let's see. Dump off to Breece Hall for 7 yards. Jets' 5th drive. Breece Hall, right tackle, first down, 1st and 10 play action all day long. He misses the throw, but it's good coverage. Run up the middle by the rookie, number 32 for 4 yards, 3rd and 5. Sorry, I put that in your face. Drop back, quick slant to Adams, kills Campbell. I think this is where they're like, all right, let's go to work. We're gonna do some damage here. Play action throw to Wilson. Campbell pass interference. Not a good series for him. That toss to Adams. Jarian Man, this is like what you dream of. This is what you dream of, a knockout shot. Guy catches the ball, and right when he turns, you're going to hit him. But you leave your feet, and you don't wrap. And he bounced right off you and got close to the end zone. I don't think they gave him a touchdown, did they? No, because then they threw the fade. That was a great throw. I mean, they're talking about perfect placing of the ball. And Brown's in good coverage, right on him. But the way he puts it, and then Adams slows up just a tad just to make sure he's going to be in bounds. And then, I mean, those guys, think of beauty, man. Think of beauty. Jets 17-16 after that debacle of a defensive drive. That is terrible. This was a bad series. Tank left tackle, 3 yards. Play action, deep throw to Brian Thomas Jr. He's double covered. Terrible call, terrible decision. And then the drop back throw to Strange. He didn't get anything. At 4th down, I thought that was a terrible series. I mean, come on. They just scored to go up. You got to get a drive going. You got to get something going. Good thing for us, our defense stood up tall and got them to punt. Yeah, got them to punt. That was the end of the 4th quarter. Nothing huge there. Mason Smith had a nice pressure on Rodgers, but he did scramble for the 1st down. He was scrambled again, missed the throw on 3rd and 6 punt. Jags ball, 7th drive, beginning of 4th quarter, 17-16. Quick throw to Strange, 8 yards. Etienne up the middle for 1st down. Toss Etienne, cuts it up 5 yards. Quick throw to Brian Thomas Jr., 1st down. Screen to Duvernay, 1st down. Sheriff running downfield. That was a good call, too. That was a good screen call to Duvernay. Nobody was expecting that. That was a good call. Bigsby toss left 3 yards. Bigsby cuts it up for a yard. Quick slant to Brian Thomas Jr. Touchdown, baby. That was a good one. Great route throw. Great run after the catch. And when you run the ball, that's what happens, right? You loosen up that safety a bit, and those slants just open up. It's like you just wait for them to clear. Either the nickel or the backer, and the path is right there. It's like a perfectly aisle. Just put in the aisle, and you put it right in his hands. That was a great job. 2-point conversion. Mac misses Parker. Jags up 22-17. 10:58 to go. 1st and 10. End around. Everybody was blocked. Number 32. Everybody was blocked in that one. 1st down for them. Rodgers scrambles. Calls a misdirection for the 1st down. Rodgers all day long. Late pressure, then missed the throw to Lazard. 2nd and 10. Quick throw to Wilson. 1st down. Aluakin on coverage. 1st and 10. Toss to Hall, 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Misdirection. Missed throw to Devontae. 3rd and 5. Down to seam to Lazard. Cisco knocks it out. That was a good play. They missed the field goal. 22-17, man. We got the momentum right there at home. They missed the field goal. Then we get the ball back, and what do? Punt. And it seems like every game is like this, right? We have a chance to solidify, to move to do something. They missed the field goal. Momentum swung to us. We're at home. The crowd's going nuts. We're beating the Jets. It's 4th quarter, and you go basically 4 and out. You can't win like that. But hasn't that happened all year in the close games? Feels like it has.
Nonetheless, you get points on that drive, the game is probably over.
What's that?
You go down and get points on that drive.
Yeah.
The game is probably over. You probably win the game.
Well, even 3, you got to get 8, right? You got to you still at 8 touchdown and 2, but still, yeah. No, you're absolutely right. All right, Jags 8th drive. They punt, like I said. Jets get the ball back. That's a bomb to Devontae. So just so you know, if you're late to the show, which is all good, they were in cover 2, which is a normal coverage. Everybody plays, which means the safeties, they split the field in half. They're the high safeties. Nobody's supposed to get past those safeties. When the inside guy is vertical, the Mike linebacker, Devin Lloyd, has to run with him. Now, he does have a man-to-man, per se. But his real job is just to make sure that they can't throw a clean-ass bullet line drive right to the receiver for an easy throw. You got to make him earn it, throw it over. So if I'm close enough down the middle, I could throw back shoulder, I guess, but you just want to be in the way. He wasn't quite in the way, but the safety Savage wasn't there to help him out either. So bad defense once again. I mean, it's a great play by them. I'm not going to take – I mean, Devontae Adams is awesome. So is Aaron Rodgers. But, man, you just gave that one to him by not, playing your coverage right. And I put it more on Savage than Lloyd. I mean, Lloyd's trying. That's his job. If you don't think he's fast enough, then put Miller in there because he is. But he wasn't. I don't know what's going on with Miller. Something must be going on. But nonetheless, that hurt. That was a big score. Good for them. Not good for us. As they get the 2-point conversion as well. Quick out. Oh, just unbelievable. 4 strong again. Tell you, go watch. It's all 4 strong. And they're confusing everybody. Quick pass to Adams. 2-point good. Jags get the ball back. We do drive a little bit. Strange got a catch for 9. Parker got that was a nice big game. That was a good play on the crossing route. First and 10. What's that?
Made a man miss.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a great play by him. Give him the ball a little bit more. That'd be fun to watch. The drop back throw to Parker, that was one of the miscommunication routes. Just not on the same page. Bad timing. Mack pressured, scrambled for 5 yards. 2-minute warning. He misses Brian Thomas Jr. That was a high throw. Campbell gets the field goal. 25-25. I mean, way to fight. You know what I mean? Like, don't tell me this team's quitting. They ain't quitting for shit. Granted, I want them winning, but because, just trying hard. It's like finishing your plate as a kid. You're supposed to finish your plate as a kid. Then you get dessert. How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? You know what I'm saying? You just can't. Can't have it. All right, 25-25. All right, D, you got to be all jacked up. Come on, you save the day, save the day, save the day. And no, you do not. Quick throw to the tight end for a pass breakup by Campbell. Rodgers pressured. He misses throw to Wilson. Throw down left sideline. Perfect throw. Oh, that's when he dragged his feet. We talked about that earlier. Great throw. The only place your guy can catch it, where he put it. That's elite, man. No doubt about it. 2nd and 10. 1st and 10. They throws it away. 2nd and 10. Hamilton runs him out of bounds. Good job, Devon, not lighting him up. I know you wanted to. Who wouldn't want to send Aaron Rodgers into the boards? You know what I mean? As hard as he could. Tell him to shove that high Ayuska up as you know what, Ayuska. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, it was good. Rodgers pressured, buys time, finds Adam wide open. That was Lloyd's man again. It was a crossing route. He got rubbed. He gets confused, doesn't know what he's doing. And then Brees takes it up the gut. I know the announcers were giving Ulrich, the head coach of the Jets, a lot of grief because of you scored too early. Should have let time run down. Probably some truth to that. Nonetheless, we are down 32-25. 1st and 10. Quick out to Duvernay, 6 yards. Quick throw to Strange. 1st and 10. Timeout. Throw to Parker. That out throw. He sailed it high on that one. That was one that was in a good throw. 2nd and 10. Strange for 9 yards. It's 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 with time on the clock. And you go deep. Trying to go to Parker on a 7 route. You threw it too far. Gardner picks it off. Bad decision and a bad throw. You had Strange coming underneath. It's 3rd and 1. You could scramble. Maybe you call a different play. You were running the ball pretty good. Maybe that's not the right play call. Probably wasn't. But that's it. Turnover on downs. Like I said, what is it? Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but didn't. That's the theme this year. It's sad, man. It's sad. Hopefully, look, you know what? Hopefully they keep enough talent, they get enough good talent, and they get a whole new culture where this kind of play is unacceptable because it's got to be. I highly doubt these other teams that win allow this stuff to happen on their team. I highly doubt it. There's no way. All right, let's go to the final team stats review, and we'll wrap up this Monday edition from the home studio. Love being here and being on StreamYard with Grammage here. We're on the 1010XL Jaguars YouTube channel, Grammage, correct?
That is correct.
Correct. And thanks to everybody on Facebook checking it out as well. Brought to you by Team Tommy Mac. Listen, please go to TommyMac.net. Check out all their logos. Click on them, and they'll take you right to their respective websites. They're great people, great business. Going to help you out. Copen and Joe's is here. Got a little hot sauce. Make sure you go to Family Tradition Specialty Foods. They are fantastic. And you get a discount, Bobo free. Putting in Team Tommy Mac in the discount code, Azar Sausage. Another hat that don't fit. See, it's on the last rung, Grammage. Still don't fit the old fat head, but nonetheless, best sausage in town. They're great businesses. They'll take care of you from flooring with Carbon Man Flooring, getting you out of jail with Christmas sales, bail bonds. J-Dog will come up and take care of your junk, take care of anything you got to be hauled away. By the way, you'll see a Suburban around the streets decked out in J-Dog wrap. It's sitting outside in my front drive. So I'm going to be riding that around town for a little bit. So you'll see the J-Dog everywhere. And, of course, just want to thank all of them for being a part of Team Tommy Mac. They're the best. Sorry, final team stats. We know the score 32-25. The Jets, we held them in check for the most part running the ball. There was a couple that we want back. Rodgers did the most damage. 7.5 yards a carry, which is crazy. You let that guy beat you like that with the run. We were at 4.7. Etienne, 4.6. Had a good day. I'd like to see a little bit more. Yards per attempt for us, 6.4 at 67% completion. So if you compare stat-wise in that, Trevor throws it about 8, 7 something, but a lower percentage. Not as low as Rodgers, who, by the way, was at 9.6. Of course, those big throws, but he was at 53% completion percentage yesterday. But his second half was incredible, so I'll probably wash that out. Third down, we were 8 of 15. Another great outing on third down by our offense. That's really good, man. That's really good. It hasn't been that way. Last week it was. This week it was, too. They're doing something right. I think it's more just taking what's given and not playing the hero ball, and then on occasion you play the hero ball. Take what's given, and you get a first down or have a chance to, and you move those chains. Fourth down. They were 4 of 10 on third down, so that's 40%. You got to be around 33, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. Fourth down, we didn't have a try. We were 1 for 1. Sacks, our defense had 1 and 3 QB hits. Their defense had 2. Interceptions, we had 2. They had none. -2 turnover, +2 for the Jets. So there you go. There you have it, man. Isn't it wild? You had a team come in here 3-10 that had already fired everybody and still beat you. Isn't that crazy? What does that say? What does that say? I mean, they've already been fired. Ours have not. And they're still playing. They got a good locker room, I would say. The Jets. Maybe not perfect. Obviously, they made their mistakes too, so they got to figure that out. But with that, you don't know what's going to happen. GMs, even Rodgers. Now, granted, you're going to try to keep Rodgers, I would think, but even Rodgers, look, Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh were the ones that recruited me here. So if they bring in someone new, I don't know. It's a business. They may want to go a different direction. I have no idea. But you telling me yesterday's game didn't matter to Rodgers? It did. It mattered to Mac, too. Mac played his heart out, man. He tried. Again, there was no quit on this team. So don't give me they quit on their coach, because they have not quit on Doug Peterson, in my opinion. They just still make boneheaded mistakes, which I don't know. Nah, I don't want the quit. I'll take the boneheaded mistakes over the quit, because the quit means you're a loser and you're a puss and you're just giving up. And I want none of that on my team. Not even one player. You're not allowed in the locker room if you act like that. By the way, did you hear that linebacker from San Fran that wouldn't go in? Did you hear John Lynch found him and ripped him? Good for him.
He got cut.
No, I know. Oh, they ended up cutting him?
Yeah.
They ended up cutting him?
They cut him, yeah. He's on the team.
Mostly he gave it to him good and should have. Can you imagine it? Like, going to quit on your team like that? Quitting's not allowed, man. Ain't allowed. All right, that'll do it for me and Grammage this time around. We'll be back in the 1010XL podcast studios on Friday after my appearance on Jaguars Today. You'll catch me on Riding Shotgun this week. Got a new guest for Wednesday. I'll announce that probably Wednesday. And let's see, no horse's mouth this week, although we're doing some internal things and making this show even better. We continue to roll on all throughout the year with Catching Up with Tommy Mack here on 1010XL's podcast studio. Until next time, stay safe, be cool, and stay safe. Go Jags, lick your wounds. You got 3 games to go, man. And make sure there's no quit in that locker room whatsoever. Y'all have a great day and a great week, and we'll catch you a little bit later in the week. Thanks, Gramage. Appreciate you, buddy. Okay, Gramage is out of here too, and we will all see you next time on Catching Up with Tommy Mack.